What's going on, everyone? I'm Encore. This is Tomorrow Never Comes, and the title of this video wasn't a mistake. The title of this video is when was the last time you experienced your Batman or your princess moment? And what the heck does that mean? And what does that have to do with crypto or anything of that nature? Well, it's all coming from really the book that I've been reading, which is The Power of One More from Ed Milet. And bear with me here. I'm going to get to this. But he talks about operating out of your dream state. How what we do on default is we act based on our memories, our past, our history, basically. And by doing so, we rob ourselves of our future, right? Because we don't have that imagination. We don't live in that dream state with that imagination that fuels a vision that excites us and creates opportunities that you may not see in the present. Okay, and so he kind of relates that back to saying, well, as kids, a lot of boys want to be Batman, or they want to be Superman or some superhero. And girls could also want to be superheroes as well, but they could also want to be princesses or Barbies. They don't worry about, is it realistic? Can I even be that or not? And so there's that unfettered imagination that's there. And so, I wanted to bring that over to what does that mean in the crypto space? And look, I'm reading it right now, what he said. One line that really hit home was, there's no way you will experience your best life if you try to operate out of your history or your memories of your past. Okay? Now, this is not this is not trying to heal people or anything like that with these sayings. Although, it's pretty good content from this book to make that happen. But here's why that applies to crypto as well. Everything we do, all the naysayers, all the people who are, on the fence, or maybe even you are on the fence, is because we frame every new thing based on what we currently know or what we've experienced. Okay? So if you tried the newest thing out there and it ended up being, it was like a new technology, and it ended up being a Ponzi scheme, or it ended up not working out the way you thought, or you lost some money, maybe not all of it, or and that happened for you, and it was something new, it was something uncomfortable, and then you translate over to this crypto space and it's new and it's uncomfortable, and you relate the same experiences and feelings to it because it reminds you that same feeling you have is the same thing that you've experienced before, right? And it didn't work out well. Or at the same time, you're comfortable with the current system, the banking system, someone being the middleman for you at all times, taking fees, you feeling like you are not either smart enough or responsible enough to handle your own assets. So it's better that somebody else more qualified does it for you. And so you carry that forward, and we're like, well, this is something new. They're promoting you take responsibility. The space is promoting that if you lose it, it's your fault. But at the same time, the opportunity to transition or transfer funds from one place to another is not limited by timing or an institution or a particular day, like a holiday. It's 24/7, 365 days of the year. This concept, this feeling, it's so hard to understand. Okay, and what we do is we try and project what we're thinking about or what we've experienced in the past to what the future is going to hold. You can't do that. And so one other thing that he said was that we're all problem solvers. We like to fix problems. And the reason why we don't like to we don't think about our futures enough or imagine enough is because the future is one problem we can't solve. It makes us feel uncomfortable. And that's very interesting, right? So we don't ever look at it the same way. We don't give it the same amount of time. And we don't deal with creativity in our futures because we can't see it. We don't know what it looks like. And that's the same mentality I want to change when it comes to the crypto space. We have no idea what it's going to look like in 5 years, let alone what's going to look like in 10, 15, 20 years. The possibilities are endless. Those who have imagination, who have and that imagination which fuels their vision, their creativity, they're the ones that are going to mold the space. And it's okay if we're all along for the ride, but when you are stuck with the same mentality of, well, whatever is today is going to exist tomorrow, either you're going to miss that opportunity or you're not going to get on at all. Or when you do, it'll be way past the time that you could have, which could have changed your life, significantly. We're talking about, significant wealth alone, generational wealth alone, that's fine. Let's set that aside. That's obviously a big deal, but let's set that aside. I'm just talking about a new technology that makes you feel uncomfortable. And so all you know what to do, and all the people around you know what to do, is to say it's never going to do anything. And if it does, it's going to be limited by what you already know. That's not the case. All right. Nobody knew that when email first came out, the internet was going to become what it did. You look 5-10 years ago, people would say, I'd never give my credit card online. And now it's odd if you don't. It's just something you all do. You would never take a ride. What's the famous saying is, don't take rides from strangers. Back in our day, that's what they said, right? What's Uber? What are all these ride sharings? It's a stranger. So things that we thought for sure were going to be like that forever drastically changed, and now we just accept it as it's normal, right? You get packages sent to your home by paying for something online. You don't even go to the store. That's unheard of 10 years ago. So all these things which were viewed in a certain lens, either people came on late to the game, right, and didn't make as much gains as they could have. I'm talking from an investment standpoint. Or they didn't get on at all and they're just users. Look, it's okay to be a user of these projects, right? These platforms. Things on ETH, the Ethereum platform, blockchain. If, there's certain projects on there and it works for you, great. But you have an opportunity right now to not only use it, not only to be a user, but to be an actual investor early. And there is no system out there that's so young in its own history that can provide the same amount of gains for you as this crypto space. There isn't. It doesn't mean go chase after every project out there. Okay, you have to do your own research. But you've got blue chips like Bitcoin, you've got ETH, and there's a few others in the top 10 of in terms of market cap. But this is your opportunity. So don't limit what this space can be for you based on what you've already experienced or what you're experiencing now. It's a radically different technology that's going to change every industry. This is my opinion, all right? I don't think there will be a single industry out there that won't be influenced, if not outright taken over by blockchain, Web3, and the entire crypto space. Okay? So I 100%, that's what I believe 100%. Okay? So if you can get in early now, have an imagination, try and play around with the space, and don't limit yourself based on what you've experienced. Take what you've experienced. It doesn't mean don't be, doesn't mean don't be cautious for certain things, of course, but don't let that limit what the space could be. All right, so guys, hope you found value in this video. All I really hope is that you guys do your own research and you dip your toes in the space and you see for yourself what are the possibilities today, and that'll open up the idea that you don't even know what the possibilities are in 5-10 years. It's going to be absolutely crazy. All right, guys, remember, tomorrow never comes. Please take action, invest in yourself today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.